Okay, we're going to do a quick analysis video of this race, the Illinois State Championship in the Cat 4-5. Now, in the beginning of this race, I just wanted to stay up close enough to the front before the first pinch point. And we've talked about this in prior videos and race tactic videos about identifying where the first pinch point is and being up and, in front of the traffic behind you into those pinch points. Now, here I missed an opportunity. People were kind of slipped up somewhere. I should have taken this to really drill it and get up in front, but I don't. And then Blake comes around me on the left here right before this pinch point. This is the first important pinch point. Blake comes up on my inside here. You can see him on the green crux there. And that's a great move on his end. He throws some elbows here just to let them know that he's there, which is totally fair game in cyclocross. There was nothing, off about that. But this is where I'm at now out of that first pinch point. And you can see here, I'm still in the money, still in the game. Floyd is off the front there, but this section had a good headwind, so I kind of put a decent effort here. I want to stay into the wheel through this whole section. You're going to see in other parts of this race highlight video of why that's important. But this guy's going a little bit slower than I want, and so I'm going to make it pass here. And that's really important. We talked about that in other videos where if you're seeing signs of things like this, they're not taking corners as well as you want, or maybe not going as fast as you can want. As you can see here, we're kind of going real slow and grinding. That's a sign that you got to get around somebody. And so here you can see I'm going to make that pass so that I don't have to deal with that. And now you can see I'm still kind of further behind than I want, but I'm still roughly in the game here. There's 3 riders ahead, so I'm about in 4th place right now. And I take this downhill opportunity to kind of take some rest. Blake moves ahead, and this is where I'm at. So there's Floyd, and then you can see this is the group I'm with, Jordan and Blake here. I took this line fairly good throughout the entire race. I found that line pretty good to keep your speed if you hit it right. And again, I'm gonna put in a decent amount of effort so I can sit up in a wheel throughout this whole section where the wind was coming in very strong from the left-hand side. You can see in the upper left there's an American flag that kind of shows you. Blake, you can see, takes that line again kind of off like other riders. And then, Jordan's bobbing his head here. So all the signs that I want to get ahead of Jordan and, back on Blake wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Better than you, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go this back.
No, you're good.
So that was a little brutal, but all in good fun. Jordan's really cool. I call things out in races when I see them. So things like this.
Less brakes there, buddy. You got it.
So I like to give constructive criticism during the race. It's all in good faith, and it's also important to speak up when you have opportunities to make a pass or do something strategic like this.
You can drop this guy if you keep it up on the flats here.
So speaking up is important. Now, unfortunately, we were not able to drop Jordan here. I wanted to be first into this section because you can see the lines I take here. Look at the lines I take. Absolutely exactly how I wanted to take them. This one I flew out super wide right, kind of come into the apex really late, but look at the shadows. You can see I put in a decent amount of time there. And Blake unfortunately dropped a chain or something, and so here's the last bit of this race, last lap. Jordan's right on my wheel throughout this entire section. This guy took some cool photos. I love taking photos out at races, so, shout out to him. But you can see I have a gap here with Jordan, and I look back, and I put in some hard digs right here in the headwind section, thinking I don't want him in my wheel. I don't want him catching my draft. I'm going to put in an effort so that every effort I do is going to have to be matched by Jordan behind me. He's not going to sit in my draft. I look back, see I have a little bit of a gap. This lapped rider almost came into my line, but was really nice and stopped. Now, this is the line I wanted to take. Look at how much quicker that is. And then I also see that Jordan's in my draft, and he had a different, he had a rough time the one lap before this, so I put in a good, strong effort here on that hill. So that, especially since I kept my speed beforehand, and I kind of look back, seeing, hey, if just like last time, did he have some pain there on that hill? And you can see in the shadows, yeah, it did. And shadows are really important because in this section you can see here, I get through that, but Jordan got right back up on my wheel. So I really wanted to be in front of him. And you can see the shadow. I know he's going to attack me a couple times. I'm going fairly slow and easy. I'm going to take some lines that kind of protect my inside. Here I go a little bit wider than I should have, but I cut the inside off from him. And I just wanted to be in front of him this entire section because this is his last lap, and I know he's going to make some digs. Now, you can't really see the shadow, but I could hear him shift, and so I knew he was attacking. And so I put in a strong dig here, make sure I'm still ahead of him, kind of push him into the tape there a little bit. And now I'm just sort of, the name of the game is stay in front and be in front of him all this time. You can see I take the inside line on all of those. I put a hard dig and hard effort right here so that he doesn't pass me into this section. And then the name of the game is just to hang on. And so you can see here from the shadow, I'm going to put in some strong effort, just keep Jordan honest. And then from here, I'm going to just make sure I'm first into the barriers. And unfortunately, I put a good effort here, but unfortunately, out of the barriers, I kind of had a poor clip in. But when you're ahead, you got a little extra time to make those mistakes and come up ahead. So there's just not enough time for him to catch back up and out-sprint me. So I ended up in third place in this race, and it was a really fun time. Chicago Cross Cup has some excellent races and a good turnout, so I was glad to get down there. There's one other race that I get down there for. So thanks again for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you can check out the other videos I have. Thanks again for watching.